Welcome to another Train Sim World news video. We're on the roadmap in August. A roadmap they said that they wasn't going to do because of the live stream. They lied. Obviously. It's DDG. This was supposed to come out today, but according to that little timestamp there on the right, it came out 21 hours ago. 21 hours ago was yesterday. So what the F? They said the first roadmap was going to come out today, and the second roadmap was going to come out tomorrow on Thursday. So we could have the next roadmap in just a few hours. So I have to keep an eye on that. So this is part 1.5 of the Train Sim World 5 roadmap. Part 1. So let's get straight into it and see what it is. Remember, these are, although I am reading the articles, I will be giving my views and my opinions and how I see things from my point of view. If you get offended or butthurt, that's not down to me, that's down to you. Because your feelings and what you think about the game and that is not my concern. I'm just doing it purely on how I feel, my feeling towards things, and what I think. So it's only my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion. You may not. I did notice on the price that it is £10 more expensive than last year. Now I know the rise of money, of the cost of living and all that, and I know some money has to go up, but a whole £10 I don't agree with. Because you're hitting they're hitting their customers, and it makes it hard for their customers to buy the DLCs, the routes, and everything. So I don't think it should have been £10 more, especially if you're doing it on a yearly basis. If it had been 2 or 3 years between TSW4 and 5, I can understand the price hike of £10, but I do not agree. 1 year, I do not agree with it being £10. What, next year is it going to be £10 higher then? For TSW6 and then £10 more for TSW7. Where does it stop? So yeah, absolutely ridiculous that they've raised the price by £10. I do not agree with that at all. Right, too long, don't read summary. Dovetail Direct Summer 2024, catch up on our latest major announcements for TSW and more. Train Sim World 5 arriving September 17th 2024, unless you pre-order it, and then you'll get it on the 12th of September. So you got the West Coast Main Line, London to Houston, Milton Keynes, Avanti Class 390 Pendolino, San Bernardino Line, Los Angeles to San Bernardino, Frankfurt Folder, the Flix Train BR 193 Vectron, and the new free starter pack, A New Way into TSW for everyone. Future routes announcement: the MPTA commuter Boston to Framingham Worcester line, Great Western Express remaster, the Ludwigsbahn, the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle from Just Trains, the Cardiff City Network, TSW's first Welsh route. I was wrong, it's not a French route. The Swale to Groningen is not a French route. I thought it was a French route. It's not, it's a Dutch route, making the first Dutch train route into TSW. And then update on the Tantami line from Union Workshop, TSW's first Japanese route. Airbus planes are coming to Train Sim World 5. Okay, does that mean we'll get to see planes when we hear planes but don't see them? Does that mean we'll actually be able to see them now? And we will see these new planes at Gatwick Airport. Train Sim World VR New York, our first venture into VR on the Harlem line. We're going to skip past that. If people are interested in that, I do apologise. I have no interest in that, so I won't be covering it. Train Sim World Tycoon, a new free-to-play title coming to Roblox this year. Although I can't play it, I am interested in it, and hopefully one day I will be able to do it. And City Transport Simulator Tram, details on the new 0.3 update. And although I don't have it, hopefully one day I will be able to have it. So this is the new roadmap. So they've got rid of the 4 to 6 months or 3 to 6 months, whatever it was, part area. So they've reduced it. So now you've only got 2 sections. Approaching soon, 0 to 3 months, and further down the tracks, release dates to be confirmed. So in the 0 to 3 months, as we know, coming out in September, we've got the West Coast Main Line, the Frankfurt folder, San Bernardino, and then if you get the special editions, the Flix Train Vectron and the Avanti West Coast Pendolino. And you got an add-on of the MPTA commuter service coming as well, which will be close on the heels of TSW5 and will be the first DLC for TSW5, separate DLC. I'm not sure if I'll get that or not. It depends if it's third rail, depends on what it's like. I'm in and arming about that. We got the Ludwigsbahn, the West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle from Just Trains, the Cardiff City Network, the new Dutch route, the Tatami line, and a new route from Alan Thompson, which we still don't know what it is, and we have not known for, well, quite a while, before TSW4. So it's taken them quite a while and they've not even said what it is. At least they could do is give us a little bit of information and tell us what the route is going to be. We've got the BR Class 104 and Peak Forest expansion from Simtrack Studios, and the new logo from Simtrack Studios, which is a German logo. Gameplay pack, we've got an East Coast Mainline diesel pack. Okay. That's kind of went under the radar. From Athean Simulation. I did not see that in the last roadmap, and I've not seen that, so that should be new. Surely that should have a new sticker on there, because I've not heard of that before, and I've not seen it announced, and it wasn't on the last roadmap. So we're getting an East Coast Mainline diesel pack. Okay, is that a throwback to the 80s, like they did with the West Coast Mainline? Or will it be modern diesels on the East Coast Main Line? I don't know. HST maybe? That'll be interesting to see. We got Santa Fe gameplay back from High Iron Simulations, and then for the remasters we got the Great Western Express remaster. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to see that. Patches, PC editor improvements, the Colon Arcane timetable update, and the 5 Circle 11 branch, which I'm also looking forward to. So, whew, that was all rather exciting, wasn't it? Welcome to Train Sim World Roadmap. It's great to have you with us. For all those new to this, our roadmaps are a dedicated space where our development teams will provide details and break down all the exciting new content coming with the release of Train Sim World 5 this September 17th, September 12th for those who pre-order. For our quick visual reminder, everything is in a peek over TSW overview, which we saw, of course, in yesterday's video, so we won't go over that again. We'll be covering this in more detail across 2 articles. Our part 1 today will focus on the new routes and locomotives you will find in Train Sim World 5, sharing more information about everything we've announced in yesterday's Dovetail Direct insight from the Dovetail development team, and of course all new exciting screenshots to dive into before release. Can't wait to see what the if they've got any Cardiff screenshots, and will it be set in the past? Will we have unbranded Arivia? Or will it, which, by the way, I love their liveries. Their liveries were great. Or will it be the updated the Transport for Wales, TFW, with their crappy livery? Let's hope that if it's Transport for Wales, crappy livery, let's hope that Community Creations can get those Arivia liveries up on Community Creations. The part 2 article coming out tomorrow will dive into the all new core features we've implemented and improved in TSW5, and check in with our third party partners for TSW on their upcoming projects. If you want all the information on Train Sim World 5, head to our TSW5 FAQs master page. We will also be posting separate dedicated articles for each of the 3 new core routes to explore the timetables, key route features and service scenario specifics, which you can expect starting next week. I will cover them, of course. As soon as they come up on the news thing here, I will record it for and print it out for you guys. Tomorrow, on Thursday, August 22nd, we'll be live on our YouTube and Twitch channels to talk to you through the entirety of what's coming with Train Sim World 5 and answer your questions live. Be sure to set your notifications for this on Train Sim World 5 Roadmap livestream. Yeah, I've asked questions before and they've just totally ignored me. I don't think they like the questions that I ask. Like, why do we still get people sinking into the platforms and walking along the tracks? You know, that should have been gone with TSW3, let alone Navibu to TSW4, and no doubt we'll have it on TSW5 as well. So the pre-launch live stream calendar on August 22nd, just tomorrow, you got the TSW5 roadmap live stream. On August 29th, we got the West Coast mainline preview. On September 5th, we got the San Bernardino line review. September 11th, we got the Frankfurt-Walder preview. And September 17th, we got launch day Let's Play. Of course, on September 12th, just after the Frankfurt-Walder preview, if you've pre-ordered, it will be available to you. I will not be watching any of these previews live streams, because when I play the routes, especially the West Coast main line, I want to have I want you to hear the surprise or excitement or the disappointment as I experience it for the first time. If I see the previews, then I know what's to be expected. I think it's better, and I think it makes for a better video and better for you guys if I do it in real time and experience these in real time. So yeah, I think that'll probably be better for you guys. So let's get down to Dovetail Direct Summer 2024. If you prefer to catch up all this information in video form, make sure to check out our recent Dovetail Direct. You can find it all on the upcoming information from Train Sim World 5, as well as the new announcements. That's on their YouTube channel. As a fun bit of trivia, the passive sounds heard during the countdown were taken directly from San Bernardino Station, and if you caught the sneaky hints of the new TSW5 main menu music at the stroke of each hour, then why not enjoy the full soundtrack from our masterful musician Ben, available on our channel. I will not be doing that. I always turn the menu music off because I find it irritating. So Train Sim World 5 routes and locals. West Coast mainline London to Houston to Milton Keynes. Oh, here we go. Look at that. That's what we like to see. So, complex layout within London Houston across to Milton Keynes. Busy mainline commuter action on 4-track West Coast mainline. Full London Overground Lioness line included. Oh, so we are getting the Overground. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That is good. They didn't mention that yesterday, so absolutely brilliant. And that. Deluxe Edition players drive the new Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino. So, London, UK, 50 miles, 80 km, 28 stations. The BR Class 350/1, the Southern BR Class 377/2, the DB Cargo BR Class 66, what do you expect? Class 66 is everywhere. It's like we don't have any other diesel trains, do we? And FKA wagons, London Underground 1972 MK2 stock. So we're getting the London Underground as well. Oh, wow. Brilliant. But then why not say about the London Overground as well? Oh yeah, that's right, there's a star just underneath there. Class 710 layer available for the Goblin route owners. Brilliant. So we've got London Euston, South Hampstead, Kilburn High Road, Queen's Park, Kensal Green, Willesden Junction, Harlesden, Stonebridge Park. And then just after that, that's when the 377/2s join. And we've got Wembley Central, North Wembley, South Kenton, Kennington, Harrow and Willesden, Headstone Lane, Hetch End, Carpenter's Park, Bushy, Watford High Street, Watford Junction, which is where the Overground stops, I think it is. Kings Langley, Epsley, Hemel Hempstead, Berkhamsted, Tring, Chedderton, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley and Milton Keynes Central. So, I'm really looking forward to this. Route is looking like really. Now that we know that the London Overground is going to be on it and the London Underground as well, fantastic. Let's drive right in with maybe the most requested UK route to date, I wouldn't say it's the most requested, because I've been requesting Cardiff to Swansea and either Brighton to Ashford International or extend the Brighton Eastbourne to Ashford International, or do it as a separate route as Ashford to Eastbourne. So you've got 3 options to do that route, to be honest. But I don't know, other people have requested that too. I would like to actually see UK routes that are not in Train Sim Classic. But we're getting another main London station, which of course is brilliant. That is always, of course, welcomed. We talked to our product marketing coordinator James to share more detail. Let's dive in with maybe the most requested we've got today. The West Coast Main Line. Get ready to be swept off your feet with commuter mayhem, operating semi-fast and commuter services between Euston and Milton Keynes, all from the detail cab of the North Western Class 350. Of course, we will also see the 377/2, and if you get the special edition, or if you purchase it as a separate DLC, the Avanti 390 as well. We've talked to our product marketing coordinator James to share more details, and there's that picture that we saw yesterday. What makes the West Coast Main Line so requested? So this is James. The culmination of sheer variety that comes together in this route is a sight to behold. We've spoken among ourselves about the desire to go west for a long time, but the challenge was always, how do we get to all the vastly different trains together? Well, thanks to the passenger of time and many development efforts throughout Train Sim World's history, we have the Class 377/2, a conversion of the 377/4, 1972 stock from the Bakerloo line, which is included with updated lighting and rain effects, the ever versatile Class 66, although now sporting a modern DB Cargo UK livery, and the Class 710 laying in from the Dublin line. Please let us be able to play that and not just have it be AI at certain points. I really want to go up that line. And then all that we needed was the addition of the new Class 350 and the Class 390 in the deluxe edition, and would we finally have all the pieces to bring the West Coast Main Line to TSW with the variety it needed. Look at that. So you've got the 390 there, you've got the 377/2, and you've got the London Overground train. We also need the other London Overground train in the game as well. The one that, I think you see this one at Clapham as well, the 710, but I think you see the older one at Clapham Junction as well, if I remember last time I was at Clapham Junction last year. Speaking of Clapham Junction, DDG, please fix Clapham Junction train station. You've got the underpass at the wrong end of the platforms. Please fix it. Come on, it's been ages now. Fix it. It's another thing I kept asking them on their live streams, but they just completely ignore it. What does a run look like from end to end? So, a run up or down the West Coast Main Line, whether you're in a stopping service or express run, is just thrilling. From top to bottom, the whole route is never less than 4 tracks wide. And with the addition of TfL services in the Greater London area too, catch the right moment and trains can be either side of you. The 28 stations on the route are all served by different kinds of services and operators. It will take several different runs before you're able to visit them all, and everything has its purpose. That's a nice rainy picture there, with the 350 and the 66. Most challenging part of developing this route. As can be expected with the route of this size, the timetable represents perhaps the most complex and dynamic challenge. Unlike Brighton Main Line, which with dozens of the same trains doing the same things, or South Eastern High Speed with the busyness spread out across a variety of different areas of the route, this is all crammed into one main line. As such, getting the service to work together can prove troublesome. Why is the Bakerloo line train late? Oh, because this overground service is being held up at Euston by the 350, which was stuck behind a 377, itself lagging behind a 66. You get the idea. So, exciting things. And I hope that we can drive parts of the Bakerloo line on the West Coast Main Line. And hopefully we'll see West Coast Main Line trains when being on the Bakerloo line. Let's fingers crossed for that. Because when you're on the Bakerloo line, you have got the West Coast Main Line next to it, and at the moment it is empty. So hopefully we'll see these trains layered onto that, as well as the London Overground as well, which will be good. But I think they have to bring up the Bakerloo line to TSW5 standards first before they do that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that comes as well, and hopefully we can play the sections of the Bakerloo line which are in here, and it's not just AI. View from the 350 cab there. It's a shame they can't do the southwestern trains livery as AI going through Clapham Junction. That would be quite cool. Although they'd have to do a different variant because that's as third rail, not overhead lines. Points of interest on this route for players to look out for. It's London, so of course there are buildings everywhere, but the highlight ones for me are the BT Tower, Wembley Stadium, and while curving out of Houston, the line is eclipsed by the pinnacle of Camden's brutalist architecture, namely the Alexander Road estate, which is staggered concrete apartments almost overhanging the down fast lane. Away from London, there are still nice things to spot. The under construction east-west rail line at Bletchley is a nice glimpse of the future as it works to build the HS2 at Euston, of course, but there's also two things to point out near Chaddington. To the south of the station you pass by the tranquil Pitstone Wharf Marina, complete with canal boats, and to the north the West Coast Main Line raced over the very short but notable Bridgego Bridge, formerly known as Montmore Bridge, but is more historically known as the site of the Great Train Robbery. And look at that. Oh, that looks nice in that lighting, don't it? I'm not sure if that's sunset or sunrise, but that looks really, really nice. That looks like it's coming out of London Euston and going to Tring, terminating at Tring. Can't see any other trains there though. It seems quite empty. But hopefully that won't be the case with the 350s, the Pendolinos, the London Overground and the London Underground. But yeah, that's looking really nice. That's a really nice screenshot. Let's hope it actually looks that nice when playing in game. Any unique features that the route offers? It's primarily for the Pendolino, but the use of EPS or Enhanced Permitted Speed boards on the West Coast Main Line is fairly unique among UK routes overall. Unlike traditional speed boards, which can offer a blanket line speed for all traffic or reduced speed for locomotives and freight trains, EPS boards allow for a speed limit higher than that of the actual speed limit, with the caveat that it's only applied to stock with tilt enabled. So just being in a 390 is not enough. If for any reason you have the tilting system isolated, you'll be expected to follow traditional speed limits. So if you haven't got the tilt turned on, you can only go at the traditional speed limits. If you've got the tilt turned on, there are special EPS boards that allow you to go higher than this actual speed limit of the route, because tilting trains have that ability, because when they tilt it's easier for them to go around the curves, whether a train that can't tilt has to slow down a bit more, which is why the limit is set. There's another nice shot of the 350 there. The model does look really good, what I've seen. I'm not sure. So these 350s have got shoes as well, as you can see down there. So if you look at the two front wheels, down below and between them you got that thing hanging down. That is a shoe, more commonly known as shoe, and that's for third rail. So ideally these 350s could go on convert to third rail, these 350/1s, which is good to know. So if Southwestern needed to borrow some trains from this operator, Avanti, then they could transfer them over. So interesting to see there. Although I thought the third rail would be, if it's, because it looks like it's in a down position, like it's drawing power. I think it should be further up, I think, because it's not drawing power, is it? 'Cause it's drawing power from overhead lines. Someone could correct me or confirm that in the comments. I'd be very pleased, thank you. What is your favourite part of the route? We are chatting with Daisy, who you may remember from her support on the Birmingham and Cross City or several additions to South Eastern High Speed, and her words on the matter very much reflect our own. So this is Daisy. It's got to be the approach to Houston, seeing the iconic telecommunications tower on the skyline. coming to view as you enter the platform at 25 miles per hour, one of the rare UK stations where the line speed is so high entering a terminus station. Make sure to slow down well before the buffers though, as the TPWS will still get you if you're not approaching the buffers with care. And we can see the Avanti West Coast in Houston. I've been to Houston, so it is a station I know well. I've been there a few times. Once when I went up to Preston, and a few times where I've been diverted into Houston, where the Midland Main Line has been not working, or they've had rail works or whatever. But of course, it's not the West Coast Main Line without Avanti West Coast BR Class 390 Pendolino. Again, I've been on this train at Avanti West Coast going down into London. I've also been on it when it was Virgin, going into Birmingham and Coventry. Iconic unit for the UK, fully refurbished by Avanti West Coast. 9 and 11 car variants, including to represent the whole fleet. Primary traction on the West Coast Main Line for 20 plus years. Collectively travelled over 300 million miles. Please, please, please tell me this will layer on to the Birmingham and Cross City line. I can't remember if the 350s go up to Birmingham, Birmingham New Street, but the Pendolinos do. So I please want to see the Pendolinos in Birmingham, and we should be seeing them up in Scotland as well. So they should be layering onto the Scottish routes where they are used as well. The iconic Class 390 Pendolino in Avanti West Coast livery. We're checking in with the insights from Tom Walters, our lead artist on Train Sim World, who helped us recreate this heavily requested locomotive. So, this is Tom answering the questions. The Pendolino is finally in TSW. Why should everyone get excited? Avanti West Coast has been a very cooperative partner for us to work with, allowing our teams to source much of the labelling, branding and details straight from the source during our reference trips to Avanti in Wolverhampton, and ensure the utmost accuracy when recreating the loco. You can see it there, and it does look really good. The Class 390 will bring high-speed operation to the West Coast Main Line in Avanti's freshly refurbished train sets, available in both 9 and 11 car variants, as it races along the West Coast Main Line up to 125 miles per hour, and providing a thrilling counterpart to complement the stop-start commuter service offered by the Class 350. And there again we can see it just leaving, I think it's just left Houston, or not far from Houston there. And a quick mention from Adam, our senior audio designer. Adam? Our audio teams were also available to use this opportunity to grab authentic recordings with a static 390, and for moving sounds we have used resources and support working with the members across the community. And of course we can see the 390 there with the 350 as well. What makes the Pendolino so special to the West Coast Main Line? You can't think of the West Coast Main Line in modern times and not think of the Class 390 Pendolino. It's been playing its trade, ferrying commuters and travellers alike up and down the West Coast Main Line for the last 20 plus years, with it showing no sign of slowing down anytime soon, beside the scheduled stops of course. So we can see the driving cab for the Pendolino. You can see a 350 up there as well. I'd say the cab's looking nice. And the graphics are looking nice again. Of course, it is a work in progress and it can change. We know what it's like. We've seen really nice pictures, and then we get in game and it's not quite like the pictures, is it? Or the screenshots that they've shown us. What unique features stand out on the Pendolino in Train Sim World? It goes without saying, but the Class 390 is equipped to tilt, hence the moniker of the Pendolino. This allows it to handle the topograph of the West Coast Main Line without sacrificing speed by means of tilting into curved sections of track. We've only scratched the surface with tilting trains in TSW previously, and it's so exciting to be able to introduce two new additions with the release of TSW5 with both the Pendolino and the Ice-T. And we've got a rainy Pendolino at a station here, getting ready to leave. Tune into our West Coast Main Line and Avanti Pendolino preview livestream on our TSW channels August 29th, 2024, where you can see the action ahead of the launch. So it's not saying... It needed to tell us more about the layers. Will this layer onto Birmingham New Street on the Birmingham Cross City line as AI? It needs it because it will make it a bit more. Because at the moment it's just empty. It's just empty with the one train coming in and out, one company or trains coming in and out. It's very empty. It needs more trains in there. So to get the Avanti West Coast in there would be really good. When the Welsh line comes out, hopefully we'll see some of their trains, because some of their trains do go into Birmingham from the North Wales line. So hopefully some of them will come in and out of Birmingham as well, just as AI, just to make it a bit more busy. We do need that at Birmingham New City, just like up in Scotland on the Cathcart Circle line, where it was so empty and now it's busy now and it's absolutely brilliant. We need that for Birmingham. And of course the Avanti West Coast also goes up to Scotland as well, so we should see them up in Edinburgh and Glasgow as well. So the San Bernardino line, Los Angeles to San Bernardino. San Bernardino line, Los Angeles to San Bernardino. Dense suburban scenery, roads and highways, town blocks. Unique highway running experience in the middle of a highway. Metrolink, CMF in Los Angeles and EMF in San Bernardino are all accessible. Deluxe Edition players operate BNSF freight loads with Cajun Pass. So Los Angeles, USA, 57 miles, 92 km, 16 train stations. Metrolink MP36PH3C, Metrolink F125, the Rotom cars and CAD car, Bombardier cars in 2 livery variants. So we've got the Los Angeles Union Station. Is that the same station that's in the other Los Angeles route? I'm not sure. Coal State LA, El Monte, Baldwin Park, Covonu, Fairplex, Panama North, Claremont, Montclair, Upland, Rancho Cucamonga, Auto Club Speedway, Fontana, Rialto, San Bernardino Depot and San Bernardino Downtown. I do apologise if I messed up the pronunciation of any of those stations. Let's head over to the US and connect some of our most played American routes with the San Bernardino line. To give us more insight into what you can expect, we've asked our artist Sam, who works closely developing some of the environment art across the lines. What excites you the most about San Bernardino? Lots of variety, hidden nukes and long sight lines make for a visual feast. San Bernardino hits a little bit to offer everyone from urban to rural, from passenger to freight. As we can see inside on the trains here. If you're looking for something unique, a large section of the route has highways running parallel to the track, which can make for some very interesting screenshots in photo mode. Oh, and crossings. Lots and lots of crossings. Oh wow, look at that. That is unique. So a single track right in the middle of the motorway, or highway as Americans call it. I can see a car floating there. That brown car to the right seems to be floating and it's not on the pavement. We've seen floating cars in TSW before, haven't we? Now, as you need, so the train at the other end has to wait. So if the train has a breakdown here, it basically stops the entire line, up and down. I'm personally very fond of the Rialto area. It has a rural feel to it, and that brings its own charms. The station has a wonderful old wooden building with some ornate features like lamps and signage. What does a run look like from end to end? Head out of the busy LA Union, saunter past the LA River, slowly leaving downtown behind and meandering on into the suburbs. Past the road chaos of Cal State, we travel onwards towards the small but unique stations that highlight this route, the likes of Hollywood-inspired El Monte, the murals and wooden canopies of Baldwin Park, past the Speedway station with its racetrack, and onto the pink slate canopies of Fontana and the old wood feel of Rialto, with much more in between. Then we leave that all behind as we enter San Bernardino. Large yards and sprawling city greet us with the freight-heavy San Bernardino depot and the passenger terminus San Bernardino Downtown. I wonder if does that mean we'll be able to see the racetrack from the station, or if we go above and pan round, or can we actually walk out the station and walk to the racetrack? Interesting. Do you have any areas on the route for players to look out for? Speedway Station. This is used only when race events are on, which is often quiet, but not too far from the track is the now NASCAR-owned circuit. We also have a mystery tile linked with this location. Okay. Olivia Pitt Mining Quarry, Baldwin Park. The track runs alongside the mining quarry and is quite spectacular to behold. Freeway Spaghetti Junction. Cal State Station has a wonderful view of the interstate dance on the San Bernardino and Long Beach freeways. San Gabriel River Trail. The track crosses the Mandarin dried up riverbed between Almonte and Baldwin Park, home to a cornucopia of vegetation. I've noticed that they've not mentioned any of the collectibles that you've got to get yet either. I thought they would have said that. Maybe in a future article for the specific routes. There's another train there. I don't know which train that is. I'm not quite well with my American trains. How have our teams gathered audio for the sounds of the MP36PH? Metrolink have been incredibly kind to us. They put us on our own private train to record the mainline running sounds of the MP36 and the rest of their fleet. They even took us the full length of the line, and it was just us on it. No public. We were very lucky, and it was definitely going above and beyond, which is really a memorable moment. That's brilliant from them, from Metrolink. Well done, Metrolink. The train coming into the station there. Most challenging part of developing San Bernardino. Much of the route is flat, with long sight lines leading for large distances to scenic mountains. On top of that, there are a lot of sprawling but dense cities and suburbs. This provides fantastic opportunities for screenshots in photo mode, particularly with some of its new features. More on this tomorrow. But it was a challenging combo where we wanted to capture these visuals, the essence, and keep the game performing smoothly. Additionally, for those who pick up the Train Sim World 5 Deluxe Edition, you'll also be given the Cajun Pass route add-on, a California route featuring BNSF operated stock, including the ES44C4 and the SD42 locomotives, and this will perfectly link into the San Bernardino Live line via the new route hopping features available at San Bernardino Station, or hop over to the Antelope Valley line via Los Angeles Station. So you can hop onto two different routes. If people have already got the Cajun Pass route, does that mean that they'll get a bit of a discount because they've already got this route? Or have they like redone the route, and instead of bringing it out as a remaster route, they've had it edit on as a separate route, so we get two versions of it? I think that needs to be cleared up. One of the problems that I have with this route, and I've heard a few YouTubers in the community talk about this as well, is that this was slated as an add-on for Train Sim World 4. And then it was put back. And now they're including it as a Train Sim World 5 base game, core game, which I think is a bit lazy. I can imagine the new American route that's coming out shortly after TSW5 was probably the original American core route before they pushed this one back. Probably so they can use it as the pinnacle of the route hopping new feature, probably. I can understand a bit why they did that, but they could still have implemented that and still advertise that even if this came out on TSW4 first. So yeah, I think this should have come out on TSW4 first. It's a bit of a piss take that, people have been waiting for it for months, expecting it to come out on TSW4, and then it's now coming out, and it's meant to be like a separate DLC, and now it's coming out as part of TSW5. I think that's a bit of a no-no, as do other people in the community, and they are annoyed with that as well. Watch our first peek on San Bernardino and Train Sim World 5 features on our live stream preview event September 5th, 2024 on our TSW YouTube channel ahead of our early access. So that's 2 days after my birthday. But I won't be watching. So now we've got something I'm excited about, something I'm looking forward to. Frankfurt, Florida, folder, the Kinzigtaubahn. I do apologise for pronouncing that wrong. I love my modern German roots, and I love the ice trains. And this is the new Ice T train. So busy main line with many stations. Frankfurt, the busiest German main station. Via Hanau to Fulda stations of all different types and sizes. Deluxe edition players drive the new Flixtrain BR193 Vectron. So Frankfurt to Germany, 64 miles or 103 km. I think it's the longest out of the 3 routes. 24 train stations. The DBBR411 Ice T. The DBBR193 Vectron. The DBBR423. The DBBR146.2. The DBBR114. The Destos and Kapkar. And the Kilges, Sagmoros and Habins freight wagons. So a lot of trains on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 trains on that. So I'm not sure what the Dostos and Kapkar is. So at most 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trains. 6 if you include the Flixtrain BR193 Vectron. That's the same as the normal DBBR193 Vectron, but it's in Flixtrain colours. So a busy route, which is cool. It's just what you want for the busy main line and the busiest station in Germany. So we got Frankfurt Main HBF. We got Monelli, Frankfurt Main Sud, Off-Branch Main OST, Mullum Main. I'm sure Mullum's in another route as well, so I think that crosses over. Mullum Ditchstrasheim, Steinheim, Heihusteinem, Wolfgang, Rodenbach, Langsenbald, Needham-Tulla, Helia to Merhaus, Glenhazen, Holst-Hulkast, Wytham, Wolstbach-Klimbanoff, Bad Soden-Solmonster, Strainen, Schluchten, Flieden, Neuaff, and Florida HBF. Again, I do apologise for probably mispronouncing 22 or 23 of those. Like I say, Frankfurt, Hoffenbach, I think I got that right. Mulliham, I think I got that right. Wolfgang, obviously I got that one right. I don't think I got any of the others. With him, I think maybe. And maybe Schluchten. But the rest I've totally botched. So I do apologise for that. Finally, let's twist right into our newest German route with the Kinzigtaubahn, which packs a whopping 103 km of track between Frankfurt and Florida HBF. Expected a whole host of variety on your turn and bank around the scenic Kinz Valley aboard the tilting DBBR 411 Ice T. Shuttle on the line in the regional BR 114 plus Dostos, and hell fight with the mighty DB Vectron. James is back to tell us more. And look at that ice train. I do love these ice trains. They are they're beautiful trains. They're beautiful inside. I bet they're comfortable as hell. And on train sim, well, they are so good to drive. They're so relaxing to drive. If a German route has got an ice train on it, or ice train laid on it that you can play, yeah, I'm getting it. I do love the ice trains, and I would love to ride one day. It's impossible at the moment because I just can't afford it, but one day I would love to go to Germany. I do love Germany. I've been there twice with two separate schools on a football trip and a history trip. Absolutely lovely place to visit. Love to go there though as an adult on holiday, or even just to visit for a day or two, just so I can go on one of the ice trains, whether it be the Ice 2, Ice 3 or the Ice T. Yeah, I would love that. Would be amazing. And of course I would record it for my other channel as well. Why should players be excited? So this is James answering these. Germany's second busiest station says, oh, I thought it was Germany's first. I didn't realise it says second busiest. Did I misread that then? I thought it said German's busiest station. Yeah, look, Frankfurt, the busiest German main station. And now James is saying it's Germany's second busiest station. What is it? Is it the busiest or the second busiest? Come on. Starting a route at Frankfurt has been a goal for a long time, especially for our producer Lucas, who is very familiar with the railway in Hesse. Frankfurt is a great hub for all types of postage services, but our focus will be the regional, intercity and ice services, which immediately turn 180 degrees and embark on a 100 km run to Fulda, which you may know as the midpoint of the Kassel to Wolfsburg. That means there is something for everyone. 5 trains are included, with even more of your collection layer in. Oh, that's brilliant as well. So if you go through Fulda as the midpoint for the Kassel to Wolfsburg route, does that mean you can... No, I don't think you can. I think the Kassel to Wolfsburg is set in a different time period, so you won't be able to do that route hopping thing. So you won't be able to do that, because I'm pretty sure the Kassel to Wolfsburg is set in a different time period. Our audio teams also went out to Germany for a recording trip to get sounds for the Ice T and recorded them both statically and moving at specific speeds. Not one of the German trains there. What does a run look like from end to end? James. That varies on this type of service you are running, but by far the most dynamic area of the Ice T services. As we will get into that later, the GST tilting functionality is an immediate transformation of the experience, but also keeps you engaged in the cab, and there are multiple systems you will interact with. PZB and SAFA of course, but GNT plays a key role in the enhanced speed limits of tilting trains, and on top of that there are also selections of the LZB scattered about this route. You really get a sense of varied driving, all while passing regional and other intercity traffic. Sections of the Frankfurt S-Bahn are also interacting with the freight along the way. Cool. I always get stuck on the PCB and SEVA and LCB safety systems. Hopefully the tutorial will touch on this, because you don't really get much in the way of tutorial for the safety systems. I'm not much one for reading the manuals. I know you should, but I'm not. But it's something that should be safety systems should be implemented in the training on all routes, all trains. And it's something, again, it's something that I've been saying to DDG for a very, 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 very long time. As an English person, I don't know the American and German safety systems. And I'm sure there's Americans and Germans and other people from other countries that don't know the English safety systems, which is why I always show it in my videos. So when I'm doing the introduction to the trains and the routes, I always show the safety system so people know what to turn on and what to press. Any challenges when developing this route? Making 24 stations for a route like this is always a challenge. Despite already having Fulda as a starting point, there were still half a dozen big stations to make, including Frankfurt HBF of course, but also the ones in between that get us to the total. And of course no route This complex would be complete without authentic track, and ensuring all curves and junctions are correct can be a very engaging and time-consuming task, I bet. What should players on this route look out for as they drive? The main highlight of the show is the scenery around Frankfurt, from outskirts to financial hub skyline. It's built up all the way between HBF and Hanau. Bespoke buildings and thriving industry populate the ground. Meanwhile, we have also taken the time off to fill out the route above the horizon. Look out for aircraft, which we'll get into later, following realistic flight paths and holding patterns all across the sky. And that is a beautiful picture there. You can see an ice either leaving or entering, which I'm guessing is Frankfurt. You see the tall buildings. You got the train at a red light waiting for that iced tea to go through. I wonder if any other ice trains will also be laid onto this route as well. Interesting to see. Any unique features this route offers? While not unique in isolation, this is the first route which has the previously mentioned combination of LZB and GNT, meaning there will be moments of semi-automated speed supervision, as well as sections that allow the ICE-T to go faster than the other trains. This means even that driving other ICE layers, such as the ICE-1, differs compared to the ICE-T. There's also sections without either system. So, we are getting the ICE-1 on this. Interesting. Hopefully we get the ICE 2 and 3 as well. So we'll see several ICE trains on this, whether they'll be playable or just AI. It's not said yet. That's a beautiful picture of the ICE-T. No driver though. It's driving on its own. Or the driver's popped out for a quick leak on the onboard toilets. What is your favourite part of the route? You might expect me to say Frankfurt, but that feels like it's too obvious. I'm actually going to call out a short section just outside Felden station to accommodate a diverging junction. There's a brief moment where the main running lines diverge, and then shortly after they diverge again and run into a single bore tunnels. This section is just something to marvel at, especially in the ICE-T leaning around a single track section, giving the route a fleeting rural feel, and that such modern trains don't belong. But they do, and it's one of the sections I look forward to on every run. Oh, nice. And you can see it here, like you can see these single sections of tracks with foliage in between. That's the 114038/1 there. Nice screenshot again. Flix Train BR193 Vectron. So for the second of our deluxe edition locos, get ready for a verdant flavour into the Kaisertenbahn with additional Flix Train traction. Vectron and Talbot coaches wear neon green for iconic cross-country rail travel. So, oh, okay then, I didn't know that. Because the previous Vectron trains was not passenger trains, were they? But this is, and it's all in green. So it adds additional intercity services to Frankfurt. New Talbot coaches in Flix Train green livery. Flix Train is a new operator for DTG. Okay then. So they also use the Vectron trains as well as the other company. So that's interesting. So that's actually piqued my interest a bit more now to try the Vectron train. So why should players be excited, and what makes the Flix Train so special? So back to James for this. For starters, it's not red. It sounds simple, but it's always a fantastic opportunity to get additional operators for Germany, in particular as it allows us to break up the constant flow of red and white trains, and you can't get more contrasting than bright green. Operationally, Flix Trains also presents the chance to recreate long distance services all across our German routes in TrainSim World with Free Roam and Scenario Planner. The Verdant Vectron is home on Cologne Hackney, Habsdrunk Runra, Mainz-Bahn and Munich to Augsburg. I do hope that they are getting laid on there in timetable mode, because some of us, we're no good at doing scenario planners, and we would like it to be in the timetable so we can just get in the train and play without having to sort everything else out. So please layer it on to the other routes that it is on. How will this differ to other Vectrons? As you see there in the picture, you've got the one in white, which is in the training center. You got the one in red, and then you got the Flix train there. And this screenshot is taken at the training center. From a quick glance, you'll be forgiven for thinking all Vectrons are the same, but under the magnifying glass, subtle differences start to pop up. The outward appearance is, all fairness, the same. A Vectron is a Vectron with this distinctive front end. Of course, deliveries make all the difference, and each one gives it a different feel. The first thing one might notice, especially the Panto police among you, the Flix train Vectron only has 2 pantographs rather than the 4 like the DB and Railpool. This represents one key configurable difference. Not all Vectrons support the same electrification variety. The Flix train, being exclusive for German operation, does not need set up for other countries, where DB Cargo and Railpool routinely make their way across borders on Trans-Europe freight. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. I've pressed the side of the mouse there. So as you can see, it only has 2 pantographs, where the others has 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see them changing here. You got the Railpool and the DB, and then the DB and the Flix train. The way the light catches each loco also reveals a slight distinction in construction methods. Both DB and Railpool Vectrons share a subtle ribbed body side, with the metal skin slightly bowing between the internal structure, but this is not present on the Flix train Vectron. As you can see, with the same perspective, the body is smooth throughout. You only notice if you're looking for it, but these are the details that makes all the difference. It looks like the cabs are slightly different as well. You can see this, the DB, Railpool, Flix train. So there is subtle differences in the cab as well. If anything, some of the more visible changes are actually in the cab. Different operators can spec the modern Vectron how they wish, and so certain screen locations can vary between variants. As a result, all 3 Vectrons which are now in TSW offer a different forward-facing view and require looking in different places for the same information. Note also how the dedicated freight-only DB Vectron has no LZB. Any key unique features of the loco. Aside from the aforementioned differences, the uniqueness of the Vectron is a primary used for passenger services, and as such comes with its own set of new to TSW Talbot cars. These cars are a refurbished classic throughout Germany, the identical UIC X type. So as much as they can be used on Flix train duties with some livery and formation designer work, they would look just authentic behind an Orient BR103. Get a glimpse of this, of the route and the train, on the live stream preview on TSW channels on September 11th 2024, ahead of our early access. So one day before those with early access can operate it. Of course, I think the ambassadors will probably get their hands on the route a day or 2 early. Unfortunately, I'm not an ambassador because I tell things how they are. So I don't think I've reached out to DTG a few times, but nothing to my anvil. So unfortunately, I'm not an ambassador, so I won't get it a little bit early. So I'm guessing the ambassadors will probably get it on the 9th or 10th, maybe, of September. Of course, I won't be watching any of them because I want to do live reaction as we get on with it. So get on board with the train with the free starter pack. We've loved being closely involved across the many TSW communities, and we've come to understand that for many players there's a growing desire for a more accessible entry point to jump into the latest version of Train Sim World. We're very excited and proud to reveal that this year we're providing a free opportunity to get into the newest release across all our supportive platforms with our free starter pack that joins our roster of Train Sim World 5 bundles. So get on board with Train Sim World 5 for free. Upgrade on your game for the latest version of begin a whole new journey with the free starter pack, which include training center, livery design, free roam, formation design, and scenario planner. Yours to keep, claim by October 17th. So if you get the free starter pack without any of the extra DLCs, it's yours, but you've got to get it before October 17th. So what is the Training Sim World 5 free starter pack? The free starter pack will give you access to the training center and the core feature set in Training Sim World 5 features, more on this tomorrow, that aren't tied to route-based content. This pack won't provide you with any of the routes of its own, so if you're interested in the new Training Sim World 5 content, you'll find more value in our premium bundles that include the routes and locals, which covered, as you can find breakdowns within our TSW5 bundle FAQs. However, if you already play Training Sim World on the same platforms and account, you'll be able to bring any compatible add-ons you already own into Training Sim World 5 and play them with the newest features. On top of being a fantastic new way for new players to begin their TSW journey, there's also a good benefit to existing players. The free starter pack allows you to access new add-ons released after the launch of Training Sim World 5, even if you yet to purchase a core bundle. Update any previously owned compatible routes to their current remastered variants, where Sunset Railway, Cathcart Circle Line, or the upcoming Great Western Express remaster. Explore any TSW patches you have missed on your favourite routes if you weren't on the most up-to-date version of Training Sim World. Once you claim your free starter pack, it's yours to keep forever, but as an important note, this offer to claim the pack will only be available for 30 days after the launch of Training Sim World 5, and therefore will expire on the 17th of October 2024, so be sure to share the word. I reckon they should actually have it for 60 days, 2 months. I think 30 days is a bit too short. They should leave it for 60 days, on my own personal opinion. If you have any more questions, be sure to head over to our TSW5 FAQs, where you can see details on the free starter pack and much more. Future roadmap additions. There we go. Let's find out. I think the MPTA commuter was probably meant to be the original core for TSW4, but they put it back as a DLC and put back the LA route to be a core one instead. Let's have a look at some of these. I'm excited for the Great Western Express remaster, as well as the Cardiff City Network. I'm somewhat excited about the West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle. It is set in the 80s. But I'm excited because it's just trains, so you know it's going to be absolutely amazing. With it being called Cardiff City Network, unfortunately I don't think it will be going down to Swansea, unfortunately. But I do hope at some point they will extend it down to Swansea or have a Cardiff to Swansea route. I really want Swansea in TSW as well as Hastings in TSW as well. Which is why I'm always asking for the either a Brighton to Ashford International route, or extending the Brighton to Eastbourne route to Ashford International, or just doing an Eastbourne to Ashford International. Whichever of those three is more feasible to do. We hope you enjoyed the Take a Ticket reveal show we featured on the recent Dovetail Direct, which announced 6 brand new routes and 2 brand new countries coming to Training Sim World in the near future. We wanted to provide some additional detail and work in progress screenshots to further explain what you can expect for these announcements and get you excited for the future beyond Training Sim World 5's launch. With many of these new announcements, we've looked at pushing the world of Training Sim World further and wider to new countries, or found opportunities that the world ties these upcoming releases into the new core features of TSW5 with route hopping connections or new gameplay in conductor mode. Please keep in mind that many of these add-ons are still heavily in development, and the information we're able to give at this stage may be fairly limited, but we'll follow up with more news in our monthly roadmaps. So the MBTA commuter Boston to Framingham Worcester line. So it's not third rail, so I may not be as interested in it. Although we do have Boston already. Yeah, we'll be good. Yeah, so might do this, might not, I'm not sure. We'll be returning to Boston to embark on another journey across the MBTA commuter network. Instead of heading south towards Providence, this time we'll be heading west into the heart of Massachusetts along the Framingham Worcester line. We'll be working the line with the existing F40PH3C, as well as the distinctive and new HSP46, which you can see is already looking rather splendid. Accompanying the already existing single-deck PTC and CTC cars, highly anticipated and brand new double-decker MBTA equipment should also be included. These renders are still undergoing development, but we hope you're excited for more information when we're ready to share it. Here's one. Oh god, here we go. Great Western Express remaster in Train Sim World 5. If you thought the West Somerset and Cathcart Circle remasters were blockbusters, you cannot imagine what's to come with the incredible work by game designer Liam to bring you the Great Western Express remaster. Please stay. They've extended the route, even if it's just by 1 or 2 stations. Please say they've extended the route and added the London Underground, and extend the London Underground a bit as well. Also, you've got some West Somerset diesels there in the garage, as well as a steam train. I think that's the LMS Jubilee. And just behind that diesel train there, you can see the old BR type coaches as well. I'm not talking about the green one now, I'm talking about that blue train over there, which comes with the diesel pack that's already out for Great Western Rail. I might have to get that now, just so I can have all the layers. The green train, I forget what it is, the destination for that, but that's, of course, you get that in the West Somerset route. Our oldest UK route in TSW will be capitalised into the modern standards, everything from the voltmetric skies to enhanced visuals, all the way to entirely rebuilt points of interest. A new timetable will be the perfect way to explore the refreshed route, and there may even be some extra surprises to see along the way. A renewed timetable. Does this mean at some point we will get modern electric trains, the 700s or 701s, whatever they are, that run along the GWR? Will we be getting these now in the future? If not with this, I doubt they'll do it with this route as a free, but maybe sometime down the line we'll get that as a train pack. What's new for GWE? Full route overall with the TOD4 Lightning. New timetable, Great Western Express 2017. Oh, so it's set in 2017. I don't think that's going to have the 700s or 701s, whatever they are, which will be a bit disappointing, unless they bring out another new timetable when that if they bring that out. Conductor mode on the HST MK3s and the Class 166. Oh, that's good. They're bringing the conductor mode to that. Updated landscapes, scenery, signage, HLE, signals and track with the TSW5 shadows. Updated lighting and weather effects for all GWE and Diesel Legend stock. That's good. Upgraded both GWE Class 66 to the latest Class 66 specs, including suspension and audio. New and rebuilt landmarks, including Southall Depot, Old Oak Common and Ealing Broadway. So new landmarks and rebuilt landmarks, which is good. Added new suspension physics to all GWE stock and Diesel Legends, Class 08, MK1s and MK2s. That's brilliant, and so much more. Whoa! Look at that! We're getting the HSTs in their blue liveries, which was the first Great Western livery, I suspect. I can't see the lines that come with it, so I think this is unbranded, but this is brilliant, because when you travel down the Great Western GWE, it's just green. You got the two trains. You got the Great Western Express HST, and you got the 166, and you see the Class 66 as well shed. But seeing them in their blue livery as well for the HST, hopefully the Class 166 as well, will just add that bit of variety, you know. So that is good. I like that. Each remaster has accompanied some additional experience for you to enjoy the route in new ways. West Somerset came with a Steam Gala timetable, and Cathcart was supported with the release of the ScotRail Class 380. For Great Western Express, Liam is expanding the experience with additional layers and liveries. So we're going to have layers as well. Back in blue, the HST and Class 166 will be available in unbranded blue livery. This will also be formations to mimic the Class 165. Oh, brilliant. I hope that the timetable it isn't just going to be the unbranded blue on its own, and it will be mixed in with the GWE green as well. Going electric, the Class 387 will appear on the route in unbranded green, airport and Gatwick Express liveries, complete with appropriate numbering and making use of the OHLE between Paddington and Hayes and Harlington. That brilliant as well. Absolutely brilliant. So we're going to get 387 in unbranded green, as well as airport and Gatwick Express liveries. Brilliant, because that again, it adds to the route. It adds to the route, and that and this is all free. This will be a free update if you've got this route, which came out with TSW1. So if you've got this route, which I think most people do, this update is all free. This is fantastic. Under the ground, with kind permission from Rivet Games, the Class 484 will show up to 2, masquerading as its former life as D78 stock in an inspired, unbranded livery. Yes! Come on! Brilliant. And you've got the other underground there as well. Will these be playable? Will these be playable? Please let these be playable. I really hope these are playable. Oh my god. And in this shot you can actually see, I don't know if you can all see it, you can see a Class 66 down there. You can see a blue 166. It could be a 166 in a 165 formation, or it could be just an 166, but it's in the blue unbranded livery. We've got the underground stock here as well, and then you've got the old underground stock here as well. This is going to look so good when it's released, and it's going to look a lot busier as well. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm so excited for this, and all this is free. Please note you will need to own Brighton Main Line and Island Line 2022 for the 387 and 484 liveries respectively. These will be updates to the add-ons which then layer on into GWE, of course. If you're an existing owner of GWE in previous TSW titles, here's a reminder that you will be able to access this in Train Sim World 5 using the free starter pack and experience the remastered route with no extra charge. So if you get the free starter pack, of course, you'll get this for free. And of course, if you get the normal packs, you'll still get it for free anyway, just to clear that up. So yeah, that is really exciting. The fact that we're getting all this for free. So not only are they updating the route, you're getting the new lighting, you're getting new layers added on, as you can see here. You're getting all the updates to make it as updated as possible. They're updating all GWE trains and Diesel Legends packs. They're updating the GWE Class 66 to the latest 66 specs, including suspension and audio. Rebuilding the new and rebuilding landmarks. Added new suspension physics to all GWE stock and Diesel Legends Class 08, MK1 and MK2s. We're getting the unbranded first Great Western Railway in for the 43 HSTs and the 166s, including the 166s in 165 formation. We're also getting the 387, which will appear on the route as unbranded green, airport and Gatwick Express liveries with the correct numbering. So we'll get that between Paddington and Hayes and Harlington. We also will have the Rivet Games Class 484 with Shark 2 masquerading as its former life in D78 stock in an inspired unbranded livery. I don't know why it's got to be unbranded. Why can't we have the London Underground branding on there? We've got London Underground branding, of course, for the Bakerloo line. So why can we not have the London Underground branding on there? I don't know, but I'm still happy to see it, and hopefully it will be a drivable service. Because from Paddington, there you could do a short run. There are once you leave Paddington, there are two or three other underground stations that are above ground that you can drive from. There is the underground station after Paddington I've actually been on, and actually recorded trains from there once. It's on my Instagram account. Unfortunately, Instagram has a thing where you can't save your own videos. I wanted to save my own videos and then upload them to YouTube. I don't know why I didn't put them on YouTube at the time. I was always uploading to Instagram at the time, so I don't know why I can't save them, unfortunately. It's just like really annoying, because I'd have liked to have put them in. But if you're doing a rail fan mode, that is the perfect place to stand to see all the trains coming in and out past Paddington. Yeah, that is amazing. I'm looking forward to that, and the fact that that's going to be all free, that is absolutely amazing. Big up props for DDG for doing that and putting in the effort, because with the Cathcart Circle line, all you got was the updated graphics. That's all you got to complement with the new train and the new timetable. That's all you got. Unfortunately, it wasn't extended. They didn't extend the route, which I think they should have done a bit. Even if it's just like one station down, so you can drive the Avente. But this is good, and they've put so much into it. There's so much more into this, which is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this. Brilliant. Then we've got the Mannheim Kaiserslautern. The German adventure continues along the scenic Ludwigsbahn as it was in 2014, heading west out of Mannheim HBF, a hub for rail fanning if there ever was one. The route starts off with a pace speeding along the Neustadt HBF. It's then a slower ride from there, winding through the valley to Kaiserslautern, from 111 operated regional expresses to 425s on the Rhein-Neckar-Hesbahn. There's lots of variety to look forward to, and yes, there's a station called Frankenstein. I hope there's an ice route on this. It's still quite modern because it's set in 2014. But it says it's quite a slow route as you wind through the valley, so I don't think there's an ice train on this, but I will keep an eye on. Oh no, there is. Look, there is an ice train there. You can see it in the picture in the background. I'm so stupid and blind. Whether that's a playable service or not, I don't know, but that would be cool if it was. 17 stations on here. This is going to be fun trying to pronounce these. So we start off with number 1, which is on the right side of the screen, working its way left, so from east to west. So we've got Mannheim, Ludwigshafen, Meet, Ludwigshafen HBF, Ludwigshafen Mannheim, Ludwigshafen Rheingonheim. So 1, 2 to 5 is all in Ludwigshafen. Then 6 onwards we've got Limburger Hof, Scheinfenstadt, Berlögenheim, Habloch, Nunstag Bobbig, Neustadt HPF, Lambrecht, Niedelsflass, Wiedenthal, Frankenstein, Hochsprayer, and Kaiserslautern HBF. Again, I do apologise into botching most of those stations. I can barely speak English, let alone German. West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle from Just Trains. The Just Trains team are excited to announce West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle. So, of course, they done Preston down to Portsmouth, Preston down to Blackpool North and South. They're continuing the 80s trend. I'm a bit disappointed that they've done another route in the 80s, but I can understand why they did it. And with the route hopping thing, you can then drive from Blackpool to Carlisle, really. You get to Preston, do the route hopping thing, which we'll find more about tomorrow's roadmap, and then carry on to Carlisle. So I can understand why they've done that. So yeah, got a formation here of a freight train going over a river. We've got two different freight trains there. I think that's the 47. And it's the 47. And I can't quite see what those two are behind it. I'm not even going to try and guess, because I'll probably be wrong. I'll say 37. I'll guess 37. So this is from Just Trains. Following on from our highly acclaimed Blackpool branches Preston to Blackpool and Omsturk route add-on, it's which by the way is the best route. It's not my favourite route in Train Sim, but it is the best route in Train Sim. The only reason it's not my favourite route in Train Sim is because it's set in the 80s. But it is one of the best routes in Train Sim so far. Well, let's see how these new add-ons come on and the remastered route add-on, and see how that copes with my favourite and best routes. But Just Trains, if you've seen Just Trains works on Train Sim Classic, you know that they are brilliant at making routes. I wish they did the Midland Main Line, to be honest. No shade to Skyhook, but there are still things wrong with it, and I think Just Trains would have done a much better job. So it's Just Trains. Following on from our highly acclaimed Blackpool branches Preston, Blackpool and Omskirk route add-on, it's full speed north as our next route departs from the city of Preston and runs through detailed and highly immersive scenery through Penrith to the city of Carlisle, which along with the option to drive the unelectrified Morecambe branch gives you a total of 100 miles to drive. So you can drive along the Morecambe branch as well, and you've got a class 47 in BR local there as well. It's weird to think that there's an electric line running along here in the 80s, but there are no electric trains. Set in the late 1980s, the route features the electrified core of the West Coast Main Line from Preston to Carlisle. Anyway, you can operate DMU services on the Morecambe Promenade branch to the seaside. We've also extended the main line north from Carlisle Cathedral Station to Kingmore Yard and Depot. We've got the Pacers coming back, which is good. I love Pacers. Pacers are Marmites within the train community. Some people love them, some people hate them. I had no problems with any of the Pacers that I'd been on. I'd been on Pacers up north, and I've been on Pacers in Wales, and had no problem with them whatsoever. I know some people have had bad experience with them. I never have. So, just like Blackpool branches, there's a wealth of content for you to enjoy. The feature loco is the impressive, iconic and complex Class 87/0, along with the BR-MK3A coaches and the FFA and FGA Freightliner wagons. This 110 miles rated locomotive provided power to the main service between London, Houston and Glasgow during the 1980s, and will look at home in it as it storms through the Lone Garage and onwards to the summit of Snap. So okay, we will have an electric train, the Class 87. I think that is an electric train if I remember correctly. I'm sure I remember seeing that in Intercity colours. I don't know whether it will be in Intercity colours for this. I'm sure it will be if it's the late 80s. And hopefully that also layers onto the Blackpool branches line as well. Oh no, it's in BR colours here, as you can see here. Hopefully we do get an Intercity variant as well. Although, if we don't, I'm sure the people in community creations will get that done quite quickly, because there are some really good creations there. An exciting and vibrant timetable, along with the impressive mix of express, freight and passenger services, coupled with the 87/0, means that you will not want to miss the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle development, as it also started on our first local add-on, which itself will be for West Coast Main Line and add even more highly anticipated variety. Another train there going through. I forget which train that is. Maybe the 37, I think. We also announced 2 brand new countries coming to Train Sim World in Dovetail Direct. Cardiff City Network. Comara Baith. Expanding our brief of UK content, we were also exploring rail operations on the other side of the Severn with our very first Welsh route, and where better to start than the capital city of Cardiff. Featuring a densely packed network within the city, intense passenger services will keep you busy aboard Transport for Wales, diesel multiple units, operating through many stations on various timetables, patterns, and swift departure from the long intercity running of the West Coast mainline routes. Okay, it's going to be an up-to-date route, which is good, but unfortunately we're going to have to put up with the terrible Transport for Wales liveries. I'm guessing we'll have the 158, a variation of the 158. I can't remember what other DMUs go down that way. I'm guessing we'll see trains layered on at the Cardiff end, coming through to Cardiff. But hopefully, again, people in the community creations, hopefully they can do some unbranded or branded. I'm not sure how licensing works when people create themselves of the Rivia colours, because they're the colours that I loved. So here's a map. Oh, I've only seen a map, but there's no screenshots for this. Okay, so we've got Croydon, Whitchurch, Huibriani, Birchgrove, Tyglass, Heath low level. So there's a low level and a high level. That's number 6. Where's number 6? Oh, it's there. Okay. Radar, Llandaff. Yes, if it's a double L, it's pronounced with a C. I know that from my time living in Wales. Cathas, Cardiff Queen Street, Cardiff Bay, Cardiff Central, Grangetown, Dingle Road, Penrith, Newnham Park, Winegron Park, Fairwater, and Danes Court. We do have Cardiff, around the Cardiff area in Train Sim Classic. You can't get past Cardiff Queen Street, as you can see there at number 10. So going up to number 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8 and 7 was impossible. And of course when you left from Cardiff Central, I think the route goes down towards 13, 14 and 15, but fast. Or goes down past 13 and then turns off, and doesn't go down towards 14 and 15. Yeah, that looks quite good. I'm disappointed when I saw it as a Welsh route. I was hoping it would go down to Swansea, but it said for starters. We're better to start. So that means there will be more Welsh routes. Hopefully they don't go straight up to North for the next Welsh route. As much as I love North Wales, and you've got Llandindo and along there, I would rather see them go over to oh, it's raining outside. I'd rather them go down to Swansea. I'd love to see Swansea as their next route. They'll probably do it separate. It probably won't be an add-on to Cardiff City Network. It'll probably be like from Cardiff, a separate route as Cardiff to Swansea, but with the route hopping, you'll be able to route hop when you get to Cardiff Central. Bit disappointed they didn't do the line down to Barry. I'd have liked to have seen the extension down to Barry as well. They could have added that. But yeah, I'm still excited for this route. I'm still excited to play this route. It'll be absolutely brilliant. It'll bring back memories for when I used to live in Swansea and I used to travel up to Cardiff. I don't know what the price is now, but by bus, coach or train, it used to be £5 return. That was back in 2008, 2009. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So then we got Hello to Holland, a long anticipated arrival in the way of is on the way for rail fans as we get ready to enter another new country, and it's a first for Dovetail Games, the Netherlands. Express and commuter services are the mainstay on the Zwaal-Groningen route, operated by the Netherlands Spoorwagen's iconic ICM3 Koploper and SNG Sprinter New Generation EMUs. Learn new signals and systems as you dash along the countryside in yellow and blue fashion. It's a little further away, but we wanted to take this chance to share our excitement with a very work in process render of the ICM3, complete with its iconic raised cab. So there you go. And then let's check in on the Tatami line from Union Workshop. Bringing us up to an astounding 3 brand new countries coming to Train Sim World during the Dovetail Direct. We also briefly mentioned the previously announced Tatami line under development by Union Workshop, which will take you across the beautiful scenery of Japan. It's another route I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for this to come out, because from the pictures that we've seen so far, it looks absolutely amazing. It looks beautiful. Can't wait. Today we have a few new work in progress environment screenshots to share from their team on current progress for the upcoming add-on, and we'll keep sharing more in our monthly roadmaps going forward. Got a single station line down there. Some bridges. The final screenshot provided below is one that Union Workshop asked us to highlight, known as the Mishati Three Brothers, a famous train spotting point along Tatami line featuring 3 bridges with a single picturesque scene. Absolutely amazing. I do apologise if I pronounced that wrong. Is it a bird? Is it an Airbus licensed plane? For the first time, we have been able to secure licensed aircraft in Train Sim World in the form of the Airbus A321LR and the Airbus A350-1000 XWB. As already mentioned, for Frankfurt, Florida, this allows us to bring the skies above cities to life in all new ways, giving you something to look out for while on the move, providing it's not cloudy. So you've got the two planes there. As well as Frankfurt, Florida, you'll also see aircraft above the skies of San Bernardino Lines, Los Angeles for LAX patterns, as well as the Great Western Express Remaster for Heathrow patterns. Do these planes not stop at Gatwick Airport then? Because we should maybe see these at Gatwick. Up in Scotland, there's an airport on the 5 Circle line, so maybe we'll see them there as well. And of course, there are plenty of places where you hear planes, but you don't see them. So maybe put these planes in there as well. Roadmap Part 2 coming tomorrow. We'll be checking in with the rest of the third-party partners in the second part of the Train Sim World 5 roadmap coming out tomorrow, diving into the all new features and creative tools in detail, and also featuring even more new add-on teaser announcements, as well as another new core feature coming to Train Sim World 5 release, which we've not had the chance to shed light on yet. And as you can see here, you got after and before on the shadowing for track shadows. So this is before, this is after. So you can see the shadowing is a lot better and further ahead as well. Train Sim World VR New York. I'm not going to cover this because it has no interest to me whatsoever, so I won't be covering this. I do apologise for people that are interested in that. But check out your TSW VR New York Meta Store page and add this to your wishlist if you're interested in this. Train Sim World Tycoon coming to Roblox. Further expanding the Train Sim World of TSW, we've been developing an all-new train experience called Train Sim World Tycoon with our friends at Tailwind, coming this year on the Roblox platform. This will be a free-to-play game that anyone can access with a Roblox account. Will feature multiple elements and subtle for all ages to jump in and enjoy. Okay, so maybe I'll be able to play this then if it's free. I've got a Roblox account, so I'll have a look at that if I can work it out when it comes out. We're hoping to reach out to an all-new audience with this title and get even more people excited about the rails. In TSW Tycoon, you'll find trains inspired by real-world locomotives. All these will feature simpler driving controls that support a wider audience, including those who may be younger. My daughter might like this then. Whilst playing You will earn coins to upgrade your stations over time to build your network, and exploring the world you will also encounter new biomists and characters within the game who will help you out. You'll also be able to encounter other players in a variety of ways. Visiting other player stations and host receiving visitors at your own. Ride along as a passenger on another player's train or invite them to join you on your journey. Drive around the world alongside others in your trains. And you can catch some of the TSW Tycoon gameplay from Dovetail Direct to see it in action. We'll keep sharing more information about Train Sim World Tycoon in the coming months, and we will be launching a chance to get in early before the official release and try it out. City Transport Simulator Tram. For fans of CTS Tram, during our Dovetail Direct we also announced the new upcoming 0.3 update, which includes a new Vienna type tram, map extensions, new sidings, more player levels and much more. Check out our CTS summary during the event, and check out City Transport Simulator Tram on the View Map website. Hopefully, I want to get this because it does look good. It does look like the best tram game out there at the moment. But hopefully they'll make ones for other countries as well, including England. So I'd love to see the Croydon tram link and be able to drive that. That would be absolutely amazing. Executive producer for Trains Matt and senior community manager Alex will also be on live tomorrow to discuss the entirety of both roadmaps in full alongside the other details from the Dovetail Direct and answer your questions live. The stream will begin from 8 o'clock UTC and 9 o'clock British Standard Time on our YouTube and Twitch channels, and we can't wait to see you there. Train Sim World 5, the rails are yours. Arriving September 17th, pre-order now to get early access. So yeah, that is all to go for. So yeah, some quite exciting stuff there, stuff that I'm looking forward to. Absolutely the Cardiff City, a little bit disappointed, but absolutely looking forward to it. Just Trains is absolutely looking forward to it, even though it's set in the late 80s, still absolutely looking forward to it. Semi interested in this, especially if it's got an ice train on it, so that's one I'm keeping an eye on. The remaster for the Great Western Main Line, absolutely looking forward to that coming out. Absolutely brilliant. It'd been a later time, wouldn't it? I was wondering whether the unbranded blue livery will be able to layer on to the Cornwall line, but I think that was before the blue livery was out, wasn't it? I think that was in City Times. It's just unfortunate that we still haven't got the HST on the Cornwall line. It needs to be done. Come on DDG, come on Rivet Games, give us HST Intercity on the Cornwall lines. We need it, please. I mean, that stupid excuse that Rivet Games gave that, well, you're just departing from one station and arriving at the next. No kidding. That's exactly what you're doing on the Great Western Express route. You're driving the fast route, the express line. You start off Paddington, you finish at Reading. It's just that one stop at Reading. It's no different. People still like it, and people want to see the Intercity HST in the West Cornwall route. So please add it. Or if you know someone from DTG, you can, maybe you're another create, you're a ambassador that's seen this, or you know someone at Dovetail that, or at Rivet that you can get word to, please relay that message onto them. Not really looking forward to the American route, but you know, it is what it is, and I'll probably give it a go at some point. Probably won't record any videos for it though. I'm a bit more interested in the Flix train now that I know it's a passenger route, so yeah, I'm a bit more interested in that. Absolutely looking forward to this new German route with the iced tea in it. That is going to be amazing. Look forward to driving that, relaxing driving the iced tea, and of course absolutely looking forward, I know it's the San Bernardino one again, isn't it? Yeah, give or take. Again, it's not something I'll probably record for the channel, but I'll give it a go. If I like it really much, then I will record videos for it. If it's meh, then I won't. And of course, the one that most people are looking forward to is the Avanti West Coast 390 Pendolino and the West Coast Mainline, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And let's hope it doesn't have the same teething problems that the West Coast Mainline coming out of TS Classic did. Yeah, to see the 377, the 350, the 710, the London Underground, and the 390 on this would be absolutely amazing. And again, like I said, hopefully we'll get the 350 and the 390 laid onto the Birmingham City Cross City route. I'm sure the 350 goes up there. I'm not sure if the 350 in Avanti goes up there, or whether it's the West Midlands Rail, whatever it is, goes up there. Maybe we'll get a variant up there, who knows. But yeah, hopefully we'll see that at Birmingham to make Birmingham more busy and less like a ghost station. And hopefully we'll see the Pendolino up in Scotland as well. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Of course, I'll do part 2 when it comes out. This came out now like 22 hours ago, so maybe the new map will come out soon, because they did say this one's coming out today, but it came out yesterday, so maybe we'll get the new one today. Who knows? Part 2 today, we'll see. If it does, then I'll do a video on it, of course. Don't forget to hit that like button for future updates. Like button if you like the video, sorry. Hit the bell notification and subscribe. So subscribe, then hit the bell notification to get up to date with all future content, as well as all new Train World 5 content. And be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now, and take care.